When we talk about successful people, we often look at their lives today: the fancy cars, the booming businesses, the global influence, and we say, wow, money really changed them. We see someone like David, a name synonymous with success, and we assume his story started with a big break. But what if I told you that, for some people, success isn't a transformation? What if it's a revelation? Let's rewind the clock. Before David was the success story, he was just a quiet young man from a neighborhood where hope was in short supply. You wouldn't have seen him in the headlines. You would have seen him on an old, creaky bicycle working as a delivery assistant, pedaling through the scorching sun, street after street. Many evenings he'd come home with his pockets completely empty. But his heart was always full. He carried a quiet determination that a few people noticed. Back then, life was a daily struggle. When his mother fell ill, David didn't hesitate. He'd skip his own meals just to make sure she had her medicine. He understood sacrifice in a way most of us never have to. And his kindness wasn't reserved just for his family. If a neighbor needed a hand with moving furniture or fixing a leaky roof, David would be the first one there. He didn't have money to offer, but he gave what he had in abundance: his time, his strength, and his unwavering kindness. But let's be honest, in our fast-paced world, kindness doesn't trend. Quiet dedication doesn't go viral. People saw him, but they didn't really see him. He was just another face in the crowd, another person trying to get by. But while the world wasn't watching, David was building. He worked tirelessly in silence, not for applause, but for a purpose he held deep within. His days were spent on the road, but his nights were spent building his future. He would huddle over a flickering screen, using borrowed data to take online courses, devouring knowledge about business, marketing, and technology. He wasn't praying for fame or fortune. He was praying for guidance. He held on to a simple but powerful belief: if he could be faithful and responsible with the little he had, then at the right time, more would be given. He was planting seeds in the dark, trusting that one day they would see the light. And then, one day, they did. A business idea that he had been nurturing for years, a concept he had refined night after night, finally started to take root. It began small, a tiny sprout of an enterprise. But then, it grew. And then, it exploded. Suddenly, the phone started ringing. Contracts were being signed. The profits, once a distant dream, began to multiply beyond his wildest imagination. His name, once unknown, started appearing in newspapers and on business websites. The world, which had been so indifferent before, was now watching his every move. This is the critical moment, isn't it? The moment of truth. When someone goes from having nothing to having everything, we all hold our breath and wait. We expect them to change. We expect the pride, the arrogance, maybe even a little revenge on those who look down on them. People waited to see who this new, wealthy David would become. Would he forget where he came from? But what they saw surprised everyone. Instead of pride, they saw a deeper humility. Instead of seeking revenge on those who had once ignored or dismissed him, they saw incredible grace. David didn't build walls around his new life to keep the past out. He built bridges to go back. He returned to the very streets that had shaped him, not in a flashy car to show off, but with a genuine desire to lift others up. He started paying school fees for children who were just like he had been, full of potential but lacking resources. He didn't just give handouts. He created jobs, providing stable employment for people in his old neighborhood, giving them the dignity of earning their own living. He spoke gently and with respect to the same people who had once paid him no mind. There was no bitterness. No, I told you so. There was only compassion. People were fascinated. Reporters would ask him, "How did you do it? How did you stay so grounded when success has made so many others lose their way?" David's answer was always simple, yet profound. He'd say, "Success doesn't change you. It just magnifies who you already are. It's like turning up the volume. If you were a kind and generous person when you had nothing, you'll just become kinder and more generous when you have everything. But if you were selfish and insecure before, success will put a giant spotlight on that, too. It reveals your true character." In the end, the money, the fame, the influence, none of it changed David. It simply gave him a larger platform to be the person he had always been. The young man who skipped meals for his mother became the man who fed entire communities. The neighbor who offered a helping hand for free became the entrepreneur who created thousands of opportunities. His story teaches us a powerful lesson. Character isn't built in the spotlight. It's forged in the quiet moments of struggle. It's about who you are when no one is watching. Success didn't create David's generosity or his humility. It revealed the incredible character that was there all along, patient, kind, generous, and grounded. And that, my friends, is the kind of success that doesn't just build an empire. It builds a legacy. It's the kind of success that truly lasts. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that inspires. See you in the next one.